Hello and welcome back to my channel. Ooh, look at that plane. Bon voyage. Listen, I don't know how the stars are aligned since New Year's, but 2025 so far we're what, 6 weeks into the year, and I have been spiraling ever since. Okay, like spiraling. I worked so hard. Like before 2025, I worked for 6 months really, really hard, organizing and planning um, for the for winter 2025. And things are not going as planned at all. And you know the saying, make plans, God laughs. Yeah, God is laughing. There's a cosmic joke going around, and it's not just for me. Shout out to my best friend, Kat. She's also been going through it, and I told her today, our lives are like parallel right now. We're running on parallel train tracks because we've been dealing with stuff that is so similar. So it's in one way it's good because we get to really support each other. But speaking of her, so just quick little side note, I've been spiraling, and what I mean by that is because things are not going the way that I had envisioned, now I feel quote unquote lost. And most of my life, I've been operating from a masculine energy in the sense that I'm very type A. I like to organize and plan things and analyze and calculate and all that jazz just to give myself the best chances to make happen what I desire to happen. Okay. And a few years ago, I started leaning and resting more into my feminine energy, or creating more space for that energy in my life, because operating solely or mostly from that space of a very extreme masculine energy space also came with, its own type of downfall, okay? With its own set of problems, because the goal is not to operate from one type of energy or the other, or its extreme or its opposite. It's a question of finding that balance, because they both go together. It's like when you think of the yin and yang symbol, it's one half yin, one half yang, and in each one of them there's a dot representing the other. So it's like the black side with a white dot, and then the white side with a black dot. It's because they go together, they're intertwined, and there's a bit of the other side on this side. You see what I mean? Anywho, so I was operating solely, mainly from my masculine energy, and then I realized, oh my God, my life is a hot mess. And then I was intuitively guided to balance it out with my feminine. So for 6 months, from last summer till the end of the fall, I had a plan operating from my masculine, of course, but it was with the vision of creating the space for my feminine to thrive this winter, or at least to take the lead, okay? Because I still made space. Maybe I'll make another video about that, how I balanced out my masculine and feminine energy while I was operating like mainly or leading from my masculine. But I always made space for my feminine to be present in every day, because I was working so hard. I was working 7 days a week, and I always found time each day to rest or to do things that bring me joy, to find pleasure, and so on and so forth. I'll make another video about that. So fast forward to New Year's, things are not going according to plan at all in many areas of my life. And so I'm gonna say it like this, but like from my masculine mind, it's like, what the fuck? We did everything. But then life decided to life it up and throw a few corkscrews. What's the saying? Throw a wrench in my plans. Anyways, you catch my drift. And so I have been feeling lost and just in a place of not knowing necessarily, okay, well, what's next? Because this I don't know anymore, this other thing I don't know anymore, this other thing I don't know anymore. And that is unusual, for me. And especially when you work so hard, you plan so hard, you had all your dots on the I's and the T's were all crossed out, and then out of nowhere it's like boom, it's all over the place and it's nothing like you had planned. And this is where the yogi in me is like, girl, you know what to do. But now you're so lost in that sauce, in the spiraling of your brain of always wondering, okay, well, what about this? Okay, can I do that? Okay, well, how can I fix this and how can I fix that? Instead of being in that very crowded space in your mind from all these thoughts, how about you come back to the present? And I'm shouting out my best friend because today I had a conversation with her that completely cleared the storm that is going on in my mind. And while I'm giving her a shout out, she didn't do anything. It's just via talking, she cleared up so many things. But it was my intuition who told me call her, because this morning I saw that she called me. I missed her call, and so while I was out running errands, I thought, you know what, let me call her back. So we just started talking. And then in the conversation, I mentioned one of the things that I'm spiraling on, but I backtracked very quickly. I was like, you know what? I don't feel like going into that, so let's just change topics. But then later on in the conversation, I felt this urge in me. My intuition was telling me, girl, open up about this thing. And so I did. And fun fact, later on in the conversation, my best friend told me, I noticed when you mentioned this thing and then you backtracked. She was like, I peeped that. She was like, I was going to get back to that, but you came back on your own. So, all right. But all this to say, the ways that my feminine energy helped me to see clearly, or at least see more clearer, because not everything's cleared out. But number one was following my intuition. When it told me, Carol, call her, talk, and then when I felt the urge to mention one of the things that I'm spiraling on, but then I backtracked, but then it insisted, like, please open up to her about this thing. There's a reason. We know why. Like, you can't see the reason yet, but we do. There's a reason why we're telling you to call her. So open up. And so I did. Oh, there's a train passing by. All right. Let it do its thing. Get home safe, y'all. So finally, I did open up to her. And when I did, the conversation just like took a whole different went into a whole different dimension, and I felt comfortable opening up about a lot of the things that I'm spiraling on right now, because my mind is like trying to figure it out. And even though in the past few weeks, like, I know deep down, okay, well, Carol, like, breathe, breathe, come back to the present, I still have the spirals. And somewhere along the lines, I thought, maybe this is life's way of showing me, when you go to the gym. Now, I don't bench press or nothing like that. I don't even go to the gym. I ain't gonna lie. But if you're used to lifting, I don't know how you say this stuff, but bench pressing or lifting, let's say 50 pounds or 75 pounds, and for you it's become easy, then it means it's time to go up a few notches, right? So instead of doing 75, now maybe work on 100. I don't know how you level up from there, but let's say that's what it is. Now it's time for you to start working on 100. So now you're going to start feeling resistance. It's going to be hard. It's normal because your muscles have to lift heavier weight, but you're there in your journey, in your workout journey. You're there where you're ready to go on to the next level. And it kind of feels like that right now, where with yoga as a lifestyle, I have all these tools available to me that I use to help me when I have these moments where I spiral or whatnot. But now it felt like, okay, now we have to go to the next level of how you will utilize these tools to help you in these moments, because life will life forever until you're gone. Okay, so Sometimes something that used to work before, now it's not going to work. It's time to try something different, or to use to become familiar with and practice new tools that really work with this type of situation, you know. And so, that being said, I so from my feminine energies perspective, number one thing that I did today that really helped me, that I didn't even know, but then when I knew I was on it, was following my intuition, to call her and to open up and talk about the things that I'm spiraling on. And then through the conversation, of course, she gave me advice, she gave me support, she gave me so much love. And in her sharing what's going on in her life, she helped clear out so many things that reminded me, like, Carol, you're spiraling on things that either are from the past or from the future. Well, and you don't even know what's going to happen in the future, but you're projecting into the future. How about you come back to here now? And her telling me what's going on in her life at this very moment and what she was doing, what she was up to, reminded me, just focus on what you have to do here now. So ground yourself, be in the present moment. What do you have to do today? So first thing, following my intuition. Number two, I would say breathe. Breathing helps recenter your and regulate your nervous system, helps you find your center again, helps you calm down and drop the shoulders and relax the jaw and just, calm down. So that would be the second thing, like, okay, calm down. And then after that, okay, what you got to do today? What do you have to do today? And no matter what happened with your projects and this and that, but today, right now, what do you have to do? What's in your face? Come back into this reality, not the reality of the past or of the future. Come back here now, today. What you got to do? Do you have to wash some clothes? Do you have to iron out a shirt? Do you have to go to the grocery store and buy some fruits? I was missing fruits, so I went to the grocery store and got some fruits. Do you have to send an email to someone? Do you have to maybe put some gas in a car? Whatever it is, what do I have to do here now today to make my life more easeful today? To just to check off, quote unquote, check off on the list of what I have to do today, so that I can say, okay, today I did what I had to do, what needed to be done. And so bringing back the focus into the here now. And by doing that, which is the next step, without necessarily consciously doing it, you can do it consciously, but without consciously doing it, you are surrendering. So whatever I was holding on to and thinking about so much and spiraling about, that means I had my grips, tight grip, like, what am I going to do about this thing? But then following my intuition, call your friend, breathing, relax. And then what you got to do today? Oh, I have to go buy fruits, and I have to send that email, and I have to do one load of laundry. That means I can't keep my hands like this gripping on something that is not even here now. I got to release that thing so that I can go and send that email. I got to go and buy the fruits, carry the bags, and I have to get my clothes, do the laundry, fold the clothes. Like, my hands are going to be busy, and I can't do these things if my hands are busy gripping onto something that is not even in the present moment right now. It's not something that I have control over, that I can do anything about at this very moment. So surrender, let it go, let it go. And by letting it go, what does it do at the same time that I'm releasing this thing? It releases the stress and the anxiety that's attached to those things. And then by doing that, how do you think I feel in my body? Do you think I feel better, more expansive, more relaxed? My shoulders are dropped, Yes, of course. I don't have to carry the stress, because the stress is related to me gripping onto this thing that I have no control over at this very moment. And now, following that very closely is having faith. Once you surrender, it means you're trusting whatever's out there, whether you believe in God, the universe, divine presence, angels, whatever it is. Once you do that, in theory, what you're saying is, you take it. You take it. It ain't mine no more. At least not at this moment. It's yours. Like throwing the ball in your camp. You, divine presence, go ahead and take care of that. Okay? Because while I can see a few 100 meters in front of me, around me, you can see light years ahead. And you can see where, okay, this right opportunity is going to show up at that moment, and this is going to unblock, so then it's going to open up the doors for her to be able to make this move. So, but that's going to happen in this or that time. So it's not today, it's not right now. But in right now, if you take care of what you got to take care of, you're going to be ready for when this shows up. You're going to be open and ready, and you're not going to be like, oh my God, I have all these things to do, but now this showed up and I have all these things on my plate. No, because you took care of everything you got to take care of every day, and you stayed grounded and relaxed, you breathe. Then when this shows up, it's going to be easy peasy. It's going to show up with ease and effortlessly, because I wasn't holding on to it like a crazy maniac. I let it go, and I trusted, and I have faith that something greater than me, the divine presence, I believe in the divine presence, in a cosmic force, in the divine intelligence, that in my angels, in my ancestors of light who see way far ahead before me, to have this and to do what they got to do so that I magnetize it into my life. And in the meantime, I'm going to do what I got to do in this here form, in my day to day. Like today, like, go for your walk, go for your sunset walk, go breathe, make a video, share what's going on with you. Who knows? Maybe it might inspire somebody else. You see what I'm saying? So ever since I had the conversation with her, and it brought back to me, okay, well, what I got to do today. And it also reminded me of the goals that I had set for myself for this year. And I was like, wait a minute, I completely forgot about my goals, because I was so focused on the things that I was spiraling on. So now it's like, wait a minute, I remember I have these goals, and these couple of goals that, I set for myself, I can actually do something about those right here, right now, So why not focus on that, on what I do have some level of control over? And then I feel good. I feel much better. I'm not jumping through the roof, but I feel much better. I feel more centered. I feel more like, all right, I'm good. Things are okay. Oh, and of course, let's add one more thing on top of this list. Being grateful. Being grateful for what is here now today. I have my breath in my body. I am grateful. I have my health. I am grateful. I can come outside and go for a nice walk in the cold, because that's always pleasurable. But I am grateful. I mean, I look around at the trees, the snow, it's beautiful. I'm grateful. I have a home to live in. I'm grateful. I have a car that I can, go around and do what I got to do. I'm grateful. I have loving friends in my life. Kat, you're the shit, Kat. Oh my God, I love you so much. I am so grateful to have a friend like this. I see so many videos of people who say they have no friends. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even imagine life without Kat. Or my other friends. I have many more friends, but Kat is my bestie. That's my sister. Like, that's my homegirl. That's my road dog. Okay? That's like my partner in crime. Like, that's my ride or die. And I'm so grateful to have her in my life. I'm grateful for the man that I'm so in love with, and who's so in love with me. Even though we're long distance at this moment, the love is felt. The connection is right there. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for my parents. They're here, they're alive, and they're well, and they're taking care of themselves. I'm so grateful to have like all these opportunities to do whatever I want where I'm at. Not everyone has that. People live in certain circumstances where life is completely different. If you think of people in Congo, in Palestine, and in Haiti. I'm Haitian, so I'm very tuned into what's going on in Haiti. And I'm like, oh my God, these people, most of the people who are in a tough situation, what I'm living now is probably their dream life. That I wish I could give anything to be in the position that you're in, because you get to walk around free and not being stressed that, somebody's going to show up and rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. You understand? And you have nothing to do with nothing, but then you catch a stray bullet. You know what I'm saying? Or you go outside and it's hard to find the things that are necessities for your well-being. To go to hospital is a whole other story, if there is a hospital, because they've burned down the hospitals. If you think of the capital, like things going on in the capital of Haiti, in Port-au-Prince, it's wild. And it's not to compare lives, but it just puts me in a position of, Carol, be grateful for where you're at and what you got, because some people would give anything to be where you're at and have what you have. Like, sure, you aspire to certain things, but be grateful for where you're at this very moment and what you got. Be grateful for that, because from a spirit of being grateful, you opened up the doors to the universe mirroring that right back to you. The more you say thank you, the more the universe is like, let me give you more reasons to say thank you for. You see what I mean? Because you're matching that vibe. So anywho, I hope this video in any way, shape, or form inspires you to ground yourself again, to take deep breaths, to recenter, to connect with the people that you love, to be grateful for what you have. Count your blessings. Every day, count your blessings. Let go of the things that you have no control over and that you may be spiraling about and stressed over. Sometimes some things you gotta be like, you know what? I gotta let it go. And I have to have faith and trust the process that something greater than me, whether it's God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is taking that. And, you know, your angels are probably like, finally, bitch, I was waiting for you to let it go. Okay? Because we've been like, give it to us. And you're like, no, but wait, I can take care of this. I got control. And they were just waiting for you to let it go so that they can take the file and go handle it. And you go do what you got to do today. What do you have to do today? Is there a load of laundry waiting for you at home? Or maybe you said, you know what, I'm going to go to the gym. Did you go to the gym today? Go to the gym. Okay? Or maybe you said, I'm going to do yoga asanas practice. Did you practice? Did you pull out your mat? You said you would meditate. Did you meditate today? It's those little things that you do each day that pile up, and one day you'll wake up and you're like, oh my God, 6 months in, and you've reached, you know, certain levels within yourself of, oh my God, I feel so good. And whether you have those things that you've been stressing about or not, you feel good within yourself. You feel good with your life. And from that space of feeling good, who knows what doors are going to open up to you, because everything is now aligned and you're ready and open to receive. So that when life puts it in front of you, you're like, oh man, let's go. I'm ready. Give it back. You know what I'm saying? So anywho, let me know your comments in the comment section below. If this video is your vibe, please like and subscribe to this channel. I will share more with you of my discoveries within this spiraling moment of my life. I don't want to label my life like that. Nah. This is a moment of learning, relearning, rediscovering, and just regrounding myself and going back to the basics of my practice as a lifestyle, not necessarily on the mat, but more off the mat. You know what I'm saying? And just reconnecting to my feminine energy to allow it to give me that peace when I'm stressed out. Okay? So on that note, I'm gonna let you go, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.